Hey, folks, it's Howard Parker, and welcome to episode 4 of Full Disclosure, where I do a brief track by track discussion of the entire Music Daddy project. We're going to talk about 4 tunes this time, and it's quite a mashup in styles. It's the middle 4 tunes of the album, and we start with an original instrumental, which is "Swing for Mike," and it's probably no surprise that the Mike in the title is Mike Aldridge. It's not widely known that Mike was a real fan of the pedal steel guitar and a wonderful pedal steel guitar player in his own style. He played a lot of pedal steel with the band Chesapeake, and he was totally enamored with pedal steel classic country. And he was directly responsible, actually, for getting me involved with pedal steel. He basically offered to help me locate one and then teach me. So I spent a lot of time with Mike down in his basement. The tune is "Swing for Mike," which basically comes from actually a lesson that he gave me on the back neck, the C6 neck, often called the other neck, uh, and where he sat down. He said, "Hey, man." Uh, I don't know exactly what these chords are, but I really dig it. Those chords, that lick, sort of became ingrained in my brain and became really the basis for a swing for Mike. On this tune, we've got Jason Hannon holding down the rhythm section again, and the terrific again Brent Progazine on Telly doing the middle section with I'm sorry, and Jason's on bass as well. So the tune really swings. At least I think it really swings, and it was just a hoot to play that tune. And that's track number 7, "A Swing for Mike." On track number 8, we shift gears into bluegrass, where we're actually covering a country tune co-written by John Connolly and actually released in 1978 by John Connolly. Country tune. The name of the tune is "Rose Colored Glasses." And I became familiar with this tune when I got again hired by the great band, a Shade Tree Collective, to do some fill-in and sub work on Dobro. I think I was actually subbing for their fiddle player, and became acquainted with this tune as the great Dan Fitzgerald sang it, and I really wanted Dan to sing this tune in a bluegrass style on my project, and a little backstory is that when it came to choosing keys, he really was pushing to sing this in the key of A flat, and we were hoping he'd sing it in G, but that's where he wanted to sing it, and that's where we did it. So it's a great tune. That's Dan Fitzgerald on lead vocals, and banjo. Jason Hannon on guitar. I'm on dobro. Dan Veneta on mandolin, and Bianca Bentz on bass. And the other story, I don't think I've actually mentioned this to the folks at hand, but I was sort of assuming that I was going to be singing harmony vocals on this, but I allowed myself to be overridden as soon as I heard the fantastic harmonies by Jason and Michelle Hannon. So I happily backed out. So no harmony vocals for Howard on this tune. That's track 8, "Rose Colored Glasses." Track 9, "What Made Milwaukee Famous Made a Loser Out of Me." It was released in 1968 by Jerry Lee by Jerry Lee Lewis, and it's a tune specifically, by the way. What made Milwaukee famous was really a tune written specifically about the overconsumption of Schlitz beer. That's a true story. And for this tune, we have a great Americana singer, one of my favorite guys, Dominic Sakala. and who's put out some tremendous albums. His latest being Bitter Blues. You should go out and listen to this thing. And another one, which I dearly love, which was an album of country duets, of which a couple of tracks he did with, again, my musical boss lady, Michelle Hannon. And I recall Jason and I running over to Dominic's house and proposing the tune and sort of firming up the arrangement. And at Dominic's at Dominic's suggestion, he really wanted to slow this tune down to be a real weeper. And we thought it was a great idea, and that's exactly what we did. So it's Dominic on vocals, Jason on Telecaster, and by the way, it's that thuddy sound we got from the Telecaster is basically just the pickup going direct. That Telecaster was not amped in this, and I'm on pedal steel, of course, and Jason is supplying the rest of the rhythm. So that's what made Milwaukee famous, has made a loser out of me. And finally for today, track 10, it's probably my most personal tune. It's another original instrumental called A Song for Cheryl. Cheryl, AKA Ms. Sweetie. We've been married for about 40 years, and I had this melody in the back of my head. And I was joined on this track by the great Amanda Thorstad on fiddle. She's playing the ethereal longbow patterns on top of everything. Jason Hannon on rhythm guitar, and Bianca Bentz on upright bass. And it might be just sort of useful to note, if you hadn't detected, there are actually two separate dobro tracks on this particular tune, and just love the way it turned out. Like the dobro tone, really dug the acoustic bass tone, and everything else about this gentle instrumental. So that's track 10, A Song for Cheryl. We've got one more episode of Full Disclosure, so we'll be discussing the last 4 tracks. Again, thanks for tuning in, and thank you very, very much for your support. We'll be back later. Bye-bye.